from New Hanover County Schools Television, powered by students. This is your school news.
Welcome to this special edition of Your School News for the traditional school holiday break of December 23rd through January 5th. I'm Gabrielle Allen de Trois-Maisons.
And I'm Dylan Grace. Topping our special newscast this week, school nurses keeping students healthy and well, school system and health department working together to promote good dental health, and teens stay healthy with the help of What Wellness Centers, and mental health therapists promoting optimal human development and early intervention strategies.
Over this holiday break, we are thrilled to be showcasing our much talked about 4-part series, Student Health and Well-Being.
When in school, a student's focus should be to learn important things like reading, writing, and arithmetic. To help them do that, New Hanover County Schools and its community partners are working together to offer services throughout the school system to keep students healthy.
In November, our series focused on the key programs that New Hanover County Schools has put into place to help with student health.
If a student has an asthma attack, gets in an accident on the playground, or experiences a sugar spike, it's the school nurse who will get the child back to class or to a doctor. When a student sprains something, swallows something, or has any other acute health issue, the person who matters most at the moment is the school nurse. In part 1 of our series, we take a look at the key role a school nurse plays in a student's health report we get from Cassie Williamson.
The practice of school nursing began in the United States on October 1, 1902, when a school nurse was hired to reduce absenteeism by intervening with students and families regarding health care needs related to communicable diseases. Today, the school nurse's role has expanded greatly from its original focus, although the essence and goals of the practice remains the same.
The role of the school nurse is so much more than just Band-Aids and ice packs in this day and age. We are now seeing much more chronic health issues with our school children. We're seeing allergies, we're seeing asthma, diabetes, seizures. So we have to be much more autonomous in our thinking and be able to meet those needs in the schools and work collaboratively with the community to help the parents with resources outside of the schools and make sure that the kids' needs are met in the school and outside of the school.
A student's health status is directly related to his or her ability to learn. Children with unmet health needs have a difficult time engaging in the educational process. Statistics show that 15 to 18% of children and youth have some sort of chronic health condition, and nearly half of these students have a condition that impacts their life to the point that they could be considered medically disabled. That translates to 18 out of every 100 students in every school have a health condition that impact their ability to be successful in the classroom. The school nurse supports student success by providing health care through assessment, intervention, and follow-up for all children within the school setting.
The school nurse, first of all, meets the health needs of the student. We also work collaboratively with the school health counselors, the mental health therapist, the social workers, so that we can meet the needs both health-wise and also socially, mentally, and environmentally, so that children can be successful both in and out of school.
School nursing has multiple components, and the role of the school nurse is a broad one, dependent on many factors, including the school setting, health needs of the student population, and the availability of specialized instructional student support services and programs.
Our nurses have been extremely helpful for us. Number one, if you have epidemics or the threat of epidemic in a school, you've got a health department official right there on site to help you through it all. And you know, we've had a couple of those with the H1N1 scare a few years ago. Every time you have a situation involving mold in a school, you have a health department official there to help you through all that.
Healthy children are successful learners. The school nurse has a multifaceted role within the school setting, one that supports the physical, mental, emotional, and social health of students and their success in the learning process.
Parents are the #1 link to keeping their children happy and healthy. The biggest thing they can do to help the school and the school nurse is to communicate. Keep the lines of communication open. Always provide a working phone number for us or a way that we can reach them so that we can work with them to help their student be successful. It's also good role modeling. So when children see us working with their parents, we're role modeling for future behaviors.
The school nurse is the first line of defense in keeping students healthy and ready to learn. They provide a crucial role in the seamless provision of comprehensive health services to children and youth. With increasing numbers of students entering school each day, the school nurse is the best way to provide for the well-being, academic success, and lifelong achievement of all students. Reporting for Your School News, this is Cassie Williamson.
Thank you, Cassie. Cooperation between a student's parents and the school nurses is an important part of health promotion in schools. Developing frank and trusting relationships contributes to easy and uninhibited cooperation. School nurses offer the following suggestions for keeping you and your student healthy this cold and flu season. Frequent hand washing is one of the simplest and most effective ways to stay healthy in school. Remind your child to wash his or her hands before eating and after using the toilet, blowing his or her nose, or playing outside. Suggest soaping up for as long as it takes to sing the happy birthday song twice. Common sense can go a long way towards staying healthy in school. In addition to frequent hand washing, teach your child other school health basics. Use hand sanitizer. Give your child alcohol-based hand sanitizer to keep in his or her desk. Cover your mouth and nose when you cough or sneeze. Give your child a package of tissues to keep in his or her desk. Keep your hands away from your eyes and out of your mouth. Remind your child that hands are often covered in germs. Don't share water bottles, food, or other personal items. Offer your child this simple rule. If you put the item in your mouth, keep it to yourself. Of course, it's also important for your child to eat a healthy diet, get plenty of sleep, and stay current on his or her vaccinations, including a yearly flu vaccine. To prevent spreading illness at home, use the same tips for the entire family.
Students need to be healthy in body, mind, and spirit in order to learn successfully. The wellness centers in operation at 3 of our high schools are all about support for students to make the most of their education. The wellness centers provide care that includes health, mental health, and substance abuse counseling, parent support and linkages, student success team support, and community referrals. We get the report on school-based health for teens from Cassie Williamson.
Through a partnership with the school system and Wilmington Health Access for Teens, 3 wellness centers operate in New Hanover County schools, all offering prevention, education, early intervention, and screening to students and their families.
Well, we do a lot of sports physicals, health checks, immunizations, which provides, of course, preventative care. And then we treat common cold, strep throat, upper respiratory infections.
Care doesn't begin and end at the doors of the centers, but expands outward. The students using the What Wellness Center become connected to the essential preventive and primary care services, programs, and other school-based opportunities that create a healthy life at school and at home. The centers are open every day at school from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and are staffed by a multidisciplinary team of providers that include a family nurse practitioner, licensed clinical social worker, part-time registered dietitian, and a certified nursing or medical assistant.
Primary care, nutritional, and mental health services are all available to everyone, each patient that comes in. We really kind of look at it as a holistic approach. So even if somebody enters in on the primary care side, we're still doing screenings for any type of psychosocial concerns that may be there, substance use, things of that nature, and vice versa. Even if a client comes in for nutrition or mental health, our holistic approach is if there's a medical concern noted there, they're referred to the primary care side. So really, no matter what point of entry they come into, whether it's primary care, mental health, or nutrition, our goal is to be kind of screening and looking at all of those services and making sure we're making appropriate referrals across the board.
Last year, the centers provided on-site services to 242 students at Ashley High School and to 248 students at New Hanover High School. Studies have found direct links between school-based health center use and learning readiness. Users had a 50% decrease in absenteeism and a 25% decrease in tardiness 2 months after receiving a school-based mental health and counseling. What Wellness Centers encourage parental participation and partnership in supporting the health and well-being of students. The centers make every effort to promote a family-centered approach to the student's care.
You have to have parent consent to access the services at the Wellness Center. We do not see a student without parent consent.
Although partnered with the school system, Wellness Center services are not free. Centers do rely on reimbursements for services from commercial insurers and government programs. Wellness Center accepts private insurance as well as Medicaid and NC Health Choice. If a student does not have health insurance, financial assistance counseling is available, and no student is denied services.
But what we do is if a student is unable to pay at that time, or a family is experiencing some financial problems or challenges, we have what we call a sliding fee scale. And we also have a partnership with the Department of Social Services here in New Hanover County, and have a caseworker embedded in our organization that helps with applications and enrollment and all those types of things to connect families to financial resources that increase access to health care.
New Hanover County Schools is fortunate to have such an outstanding partnership working each day to provide services for the optimal health of our teens. Reporting for Your School News, this is Cassie Williamson.
Thank you, Cassie. Your teen's good health depends on so many things. Avoiding peer pressure to drink alcohol and smoke cigarettes, getting enough sleep, exercising, and eating nutritious foods. Don't criticize your teen's weight or body shape. Answer your teen's questions about sex honestly and provide resources to help him or her make safe and healthy decisions about sex. Make age-appropriate rules and enforce them. Encourage your teen to get at least 9 hours of sleep each night. Engage in regular discussions about the powerful influences of peer pressure. And keep the lines of communication open and avoid judging or preaching.
Now, when Your School News continues, Creed Rassan is here with some holiday tips for eating healthy during the break.
Plus, coming up, we've got more on our Student Health and Wellbeing series.
This is a special edition of Your School News on cable and online. Don't go away, we'll be right back.
Poor Miles has a toothache. Oh.
First, you have to rinse your mouth out with warm water to clean it out. Then, use dental floss to remove any food that might be trapped between the teeth. Remember, don't place aspirin on an aching tooth or gums. And see your dentist as soon as possible.
Oh.
Feeling better, Miles?
Oh, yes.
Yay!
Welcome back to this special edition of Your School News. Over this holiday break, we are featuring our much talked about 4-part series, Student Health and Wellbeing.
When in school, a student's focus should be to learn important things like reading, writing, and arithmetic. To help them do that, New Hanover County Schools and its community partners are working together to offer services throughout the school system to keep students healthy.
In November, our series focused on the key programs that New Hanover County Schools has put into place to help with your student health.
If your eyes are the window to your soul, then your mouth is a mirror of your health. Although that idea may seem far-fetched, health experts believe that good oral health care does more than prevent tooth decay and gum disease. The American Academy of Pediatric Dentistry recognizes that poor oral health can negatively affect a child's ability to learn. Children with dental pain may be irritable, withdrawn, or unable to concentrate. Pain can affect test performance as well as student attendance. In fact, dental problems are the leading cause of school absences across the nation. Thankfully, here in New Hanover County, we have a mobile dental unit that works tirelessly to keep students smiling. We get the report from Cassie Williamson.
Our teeth are one of the most important things we need in many ways. We need them to eat, smile, talk, and more. When we lose them, we are never the same again, as it affects our whole being. In New Hanover County, the Miles of Smiles program is an innovative mobile dental office that provides dental care for low-income and uninsured children.
We offer a wide range of services. Obviously, we do cleanings for the children. We can do any kind of fillings that they need. Preventive care, which is the sealants, which we do a lot of those. We can do extractions. We can do x-rays, pretty much anything you can have done at a regular dentist office or a pediatric dentist office, except we don't sedate the children. Yes.
Many children sadly find themselves without easy and affordable access to necessary dental care. The Miles of Smiles program employs the latest technology and portable equipment, digital and panoramic x-ray equipment, electronic medical records, and a sterilization lab. This imaginative program sets up conveniently on school campuses and has performed more than 6,000 visits for children in need of dental care.
For oral health is extremely important just because it is where everything starts. I mean, this is where food enters our body, where everything enters our bodies through the oral cavity, and all the different structures, the teeth, the gums, the tongue, everything involved in the mouth is where everything begins. So keeping that clean and in good health is basically the whole beginning of the digestive process. So it's very important to maintain your teeth and everything else.
Healthy teeth and gums are essential to a child's overall good health. Injured, diseased, or poorly developed teeth can result in poor nutrition, painful and dangerous infections, and problems with speech development and self-image. Currently, 37% of children entering kindergarten in North Carolina have already been affected by tooth decay. In fact, nearly 1 out of every 5 U.S. children have untreated cavities. The mobile dental unit sees lots of tooth decay and concentrates on restorative work during its first visits to schools. Later, the dentist, when some of those students return, the team sees less decay and works on cleaning and preventative care.
We see children who have Medicaid or North Carolina Health Choice or no dental insurance at all, and they can pay on a sliding fee scale based on their household income and how many people live in their home, which makes it very marketable because our fees, when you pay on the sliding fee scale, are usually significantly lower than the local dentist in the area. So if typically what we do, we've identified certain schools that we go to, obviously in New Hanover and Brunswick County. We send out these information packets, which is basically a cover letter that states what we do and who we are, and then a health history form and a consent to treat, and anyone who wants to sign up can.
It is a disgrace that so many still lack access to basic oral health care. Students miss sleep and school due to untreated dental disease. Oral health care must be a priority. Untreated dental problems can lead to serious health problems. Clearly, oral health is just as important as the health of the rest of the body. That's why New Hanover County Schools and the New Hanover County Health Department have joined together to provide access to dental care to underserved people. The Mobile Dental Unit is a dental care solution that works to bring miles of smiles to students in need. Reporting for Your School News, this is Cassie Williamson.
Have you heard that you should only take care of the teeth you want to keep? It's true. That's why at any stage of life, it's important to practice good oral hygiene at home and to visit your general dentist regularly. Starting early is critical to success in preserving a healthy smile for a lifetime. Here are some tips for parents with students. Start cleaning your child's teeth as soon as they erupt in their mouth. A damp cloth can be used right away. Then you can use a soft bristled toothbrush when they are ready. Bring them to the dentist when they are 2 or 3 years old. This visit is a great opportunity to help them realize that going to the dentist can be fun. As soon as you think your child has enough dexterity to hold the toothbrush, let them take over. Make brushing their teeth a regular part of their daily routine and make it as fun as possible by singing songs, counting, or even playing games while brushing. You can begin flossing as early as 3 years old. Many cavities start in children's teeth between their teeth, so flossing is an excellent habit to establish early on. When your children are older, fluoride treatments can be very effective in cavity protection and helping to prevent tooth decay.
We wrap up our series on student health and well-being with a look at mental health services. Schools are increasingly seen as a natural entry point for addressing children's mental health needs in recognition of the importance of sound mental health as an essential support for academic success. Here in New Hanover County, the school system works closely with the health department to offer a unique program in our state that integrated mental health services into the school setting that helps recognize, assess, and treats children's mental health problems. We get the report from Cassie Williamson.
New Hanover County Schools and the New Hanover County Health Department have joined together to provide an additional support service for students and their families. A health department licensed clinical therapist is available to provide mental health services such as evaluation and treatment of children and adolescents with moderate to severe behavioral and emotional problems. School-based mental health services are now available to students and their families in 18 of our schools.
Most of our referrals will come through either the teacher or school administration, so that could be the principal or the vice principal, but we can take referrals directly from the parents as well. So really anytime that a parent sees that there's something that's just not right, if you see your child starting to act really differently, the way I always word it is if you see your kid and they're not kind of living up to their potential, or it looks like there's something that's getting them in the way of being successful, I think that's where we can kind of step in. The way that it has to work is the parents have to be engaged and they have to want the program. It's a voluntary program. Some of our referrals might come through the counselor, so the school counselor. If they're working with a child and it looks like the problems might be a little bit more serious, or they're going to take a little bit longer time to work on, and sometimes they'll refer them to us.
Many physical and emotional signs may suggest when a child has a mental health problem. Problems can range from serious concern, such as when a child is in danger of harming themselves, to those of a less severe concern, such as a change in eating habits or sleep patterns, or feelings of frustration. Problems which persist over a long period of time should be a red flag that your child is experiencing some difficulties.
The first step that we're going to do is try to figure out what's going on. And so typically that usually happens depending on the age of the child. With younger kids, I think the therapist and the parents kind of start off at first working closely together. And then I think with the older kids, there's a little bit more, the older kids are a little bit more involved. But those first few sessions, we're going to figure out what's going on. Then after that, what normally happens is, like with me, I would get information from the teachers and the people that are directly involved with the child. We would set up a schedule where I'm going to meet with the child for individual therapy. Usually starts off once a week, depending on what's going on. And then hopefully as things get better, you get to reduce the amount of time and the frequency. But there's going to be a constant flow of information that's going back and forth between what I'm doing with the child, the teacher, the parents, and whoever's involved. So it's hard to give a pat answer to say exactly what's going to happen, because it depends on, exactly what the issue is and what's going on.
There is no out-of-pocket cost to a family for services received at the school, nor will any child be turned down for inability to pay. If the child has insurance, their insurance will be billed. However, if the child is referred to other services such as psychiatric or community support, there may be a cost. To access this service, parents can simply call their child's school and request to speak with the school-based therapist. The parent and the therapist can have a confidential discussion about any concerns about a child and whether that child would benefit from the service.
We work with all sorts of different families with different things going on, so that may be with foster families, it could be with grandparents or with parents. But really with what we have with the kids that are coming to school, we have a certain part of the day that we have them here as kind of a captive audience, and then they're going to go out into the community or go home. It just makes complete sense for us to have the families involved, and we really have to have the people involved in the school and the people involved at home. So the parents, have to be willing and kind of seeking the service out, and then throughout the treatment process, they've got to be really closely involved with us.
In today's climate, mental health services have become essential to a school's ability to ensure a safe and healthy learning environment for all students. New Hanover County Schools and the Health Department have created an ideal school-based service so that children and youth receive the support they need in seamless, coordinated, and comprehensive system. Reporting for Your School News, this is Cassie Williamson.
Thank you, Cassie. The school year can be an exciting yet stressful time for children, dealing with teachers and classmates, changing routines, and of course schoolwork. For many students, this time can be unnerving and overwhelming. As a parent, there are important steps you can take to support your child. Create a sense of belonging. Feeling connected and welcomed is essential to a child's positive adjustment, self-identification, and sense of trust in others and themselves. Promote resilience. Adversity is a natural part of life, and being resilient is important to overcoming challenges and good mental health. Develop experience. Children need to know that they can overcome challenges and accomplish goals through their actions. Ensure a positive, safe school environment. Teach and reinforce positive behaviors and decision-making. Encourage helping others. Encourage good physical health. Ensure access to school-based mental health supports should your child need them.
Now don't go away. Coming up, Creed Rassin joins us with his healthy holiday eating tips.
This is a special edition of Your School News on cable and online. Don't go away, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Your School News. The holiday season is a time to celebrate with family and friends.
Unfortunately, for many, it also becomes a time for overeating and weight gain. According to the National Institutes of Health, holiday eating can result in an extra pound or two every year. Over a lifetime, holiday weight gain can really add up.
The holidays don't have to mean weight gain. Focus on a healthy balance of food, activity, and fun. Creed Rassen, our lunch menu analyst, is here with some tips to help us eat right during the holiday season.
Hi there, I'm Creed Rassen. This week I don't have a lunch menu for you since we're not at school. Instead, I came up with some great tips for you to continue your good eating habits throughout the break. You don't have to skirt around the snack table at the holidays parties you attend to escape the foods that are bad for you. Instead of loading your plate to the brim with sweets and fatty foods, just take a few healthier items to nibble on. If there's a fruit platter around, pile your plate full of grapes, berries, and mellow balls instead of handfuls of gingerbread or peppermint bark. Another healthy snack is any sort of sharp cheddar cheese or even goat cheese if that's your thing. They tend to have less fat and calories than others. Drink fruit juice or water instead of soda or eggnog throughout the holiday season. Of course, you can still have a glass of soda or eggnog at dinner, but you should avoid chugging numerous cans of Coke throughout the holidays. Soda has way too much sugar, and the combination of egg yolks and heavy cream that makes up the eggnog isn't very good for you. Suggest to your parents a fruit juice punch for Christmas or New Year's get-together and just add seltzer water instead of soda. It'll be a tasty alternative that everyone will want to try. Everybody loves to eat big family breakfasts over the break, but it's easy to go overboard. Have your mom toast up some whole grain bread instead of your normal white, or make some whole wheat and blueberry pancakes. Add a poached or scrambled egg with your plate for more protein. That way, if you're totally craving a couple pieces of fried bacon, you won't feel so bad about eating a fatty breakfast. Remember that you don't have to cut out all the things that you love about the holidays from your diet. It's just a matter of everything in moderation. Instead of piling your plate with turkey, mashed potatoes, butter rolls, and gravy, take small proportions. If you're still hungry after dinner, go back for a second round of vegetable sides. If you want a couple of chocolates, go for it. Just don't end up sitting in front of the TV watching holiday specials and finishing off a whole box of your own. Well, that's all the healthy eating tips I have for you. I leave you with your final tip. Remember to eat slowly and don't overeat. It's really easy to get off track during the holiday. This is Creed Rassen, wishing you a very happy holidays.
Remember, the holidays are marked with many traditions, but the real meaning is about spending time with family and friends.
If you keep Creed's tips in mind, you'll get through the holidays without gaining a pound. And if you do splurge, don't beat yourself up. Just get right back to normal eating and exercising and try to do a better job at the next party.
That does it for this special edition of Your School News.
Remember, Your School News is on cable and online, and don't forget to start your morning with our light and lively morning show weekdays at 6 a.m.
I'm Gabrielle Allen de Trois-Maisons.
And I'm Dylan Grace. On behalf of the entire YSN crew, thanks for watching New Hanover County Schools TV on the Learning Network of the Cape Fear.
Have a great break. We'll see you right back here for all new editions of Your School News in 2015.